everybody, welcome to the show. Thank y'all for being here. Give me just a minute and we'll get fired up. Okay. Hey y'all, I'm Carll. Welcome to Alone Together Tuesday. This is episode 20 of this weekly show. I appreciate y'all being here. It's the highlight of my week, and this has kept me going. So thank y'all for tuning in. We're going to play some music. If you got some requests, shoot them out. Maybe some questions. I'm going to try and monitor the comments as we go, but also try and put on a show, so we'll see what we can do. But thank y'all for being here. I really do appreciate it. And let's get going. You laughed and called me lucky for having you around. You stepped up to the bar and started swaying, and the boys all sang Ophelia as they drank another round. Oh, bye, 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 baby. The rain fell on the window as we watched the sailors dance, and you kissed my hand and said you were beside me. And I held on to the moment when I thought there was a chance. Oh, bye, 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 baby. Way out in the distance where the waters fade to blue, you used to say tomorrow was a foolish thing to do. I thought I'd seen it all before, but nothing quite like you. Oh, bye, 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 baby. I'd read to you the letters that had blown in from the west, and we'd whisper of the dreams we'd been saving. And you said you'd have it all, nothing more, nothing less. Oh, bye, 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 baby. Now there's an emptiness standing at the door, trying to take me back to the way I was before. I used to feel alone here, but it's not that way no more. Oh, bye, 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 baby. Now the drunks have turned to strangers, and the stars are out of tune, as I think about the one who might have saved me. And I know you're out there somewhere between the highway and the moon. Oh, bye, 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 baby. Oh, bye, 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 baby. All right. Thanks, everybody. Maybe time for a new harmonica. I think I've had this one for a number of years, and that bum note wasn't me. It was the tools, not the craftsman. That's what they say, right? It's a really talented craftsman who blames his tools. All right. Well, thanks again for hopping in here. Y'all may notice a little bit of a difference. I hope you notice a difference. I got some new gear courtesy of my friend Joe Pug, who we go back a minute. have done some touring together. I've done his podcast. We've hung out a few times. And he's just one of my favorite songwriters and people. Just a really good guy. And he's got this great podcast called Songwriters on Process. I'm totally blanking out. But just look for Joe Pug podcast. It's fantastic. And then he has a stream that he does every Sunday. And I was watching his stream the other day, and I was just so blown away by it that I called him up. I said, Joe, you got to hook me up. Tell me how you do it. And so he kind of taught me through the process, and here we are, getting all fancy. So. All right. This is a song, this is my first guitar, by the way, in case any of y'all are wondering. I'll tell you the story about it in a minute, but first we'll play this song. Chances are I took the wrong turn every time I had a turn to take. And I guess I broke my own heart every chance I had a heart to break. And it seems I spent my whole life just wishing on that same unlucky star. But as I watch you cross the ballroom, well, I wonder just what my chances are. Yeah, I know you've looked around and you've seen what you needed to see. And at night when you're dreaming, you're probably not dreaming about me. Oh, it's safe to say I've stumbled, but I've managed to make it through this far. And as I take one step and then another, well, I wonder just what my chances are. Oh, I have watched the world go by hand in hand and wondered why I'm still so alone. Could I lay down my foolish pride and maybe finally find my heart a home? The band has started playing a simple song I used to know. As I take your hand and walk you out and dance to the rhythm way down low. Every heart has got a story, and mine just has a few more scars. But they could heal if you would hold me and tell me just what my chances are. Oh, if you would only hold me and tell me just what my chances are. All right. Yeah, so this guitar was originally an Alvarez 12-string. You can see there's, well, I don't know if you can see it's blurry, but there's 12 pegs there, not the pegs, but the slots to, there's actually 6 keys. I guess you call it pegs. I don't know. I don't really know much about guitars. So actually, after playing them for 25 years, I still know very little. But I told my parents I wanted to play guitar when I was 14, and so they very generously bought me a guitar for Christmas that year. And it was this one, but they didn't know much about guitars either, and so they got me a 12-string, and that had these really heavy gauge strings on it, which was really tough to learn. Not what I would recommend to learn guitar on. And anyway, when I was 18 years old, I went down to New Orleans with some friends and my good buddy Kerry Welton. We had a few too many drinks, and Kerry sat on it and broke it. So I retired it for, I don't know, 15 years. And then I ended up converting it into a baritone acoustic. So I got it fixed and then put extra bracing in here and put these really heavy gauge strings on and tuned it B to B for any guitar people who are interested in that kind of thing. And so it just has that real low sound to it. So anyway, that's that. 8-line machine and a sailor's daughter. Something makes them crazy growing up on the water. Playing for my supper 6 nights a week. Hurricanes, Easter, and New Year's Eve. 410 walls, now there ain't much left. Looking like a homeless cheers on meth. Homer's in the corner, breaking up a fight. Good Lord, I hope I get paid tonight. I got a gig, baby. Burnt fried chicken and a Lone Star beer. Cops and the kids drink free around here. Girl behind the bar just taking what she's giving. Lying about her past and trying to make a living. A broke pool table and some hard luck cues. Go tell your mama I done paid my dues. Everyone around here knows my name. 6 nights a week in the neon flame. I got a gig, baby. I got a gig. Now there's an old line tamer parked behind the bar with 100 pounds of weed in a stolen car. Oil patch boys and girls who went to college. Rules you don't break and laws that ain't acknowledged. A barefoot shrimper with a pistol up his sleeve. Some will go to heaven and some will never leave. Pills in the tip jar, blood on the strings. Oh Lord, I never thought I'd see these things. I got a gig, baby. I got a gig. Machine and a sailor's daughter. Something makes them crazy growing up on the water. Playing for my supper 6 nights a week. A hurricanes, Easter, and New Year's Eve. I got a gig, baby. I got a gig. I got a gig, baby. Oh, I got a gig. Yes, I do. I do. I got my 20th Alone Together Tuesday gig right here, right now. But I actually have some gigs coming up, like gigs where I go somewhere and perform, which I'm pretty excited about. In October, I'm going to do that. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get my device working here. In October, I'm going to go down to Texas, and I'll be playing, let's see, October 9th, I'll be down in Eden, Texas, and October 10th, I'll be in San Antonio, Texas. I may be getting this wrong, maybe 10th and 11th. It should be on my website, so I guess we can, I'm like my worst marketer. And then what else? I got some shows in Houston at the Mucky Duck. I'm going to go outdoors. and they just released a couple extra tickets. So if you're interested in that show, you can grab those. We're playing in the Woodlands, my hometown originally. And what else? I'm doing a gig in Arlington at the Levitt Pavilion. And I feel like there's one other one that I'm missing. Yeah, I don't know. But while we're down there, I'm probably going to do Alone Together Tuesday. I think I'm going to do it on a Wednesday because the Mucky Duck's going to allow me to live stream a show from their place. They got a great setup. So that's that. And yeah, so you can check out my calendar if you're interested. If you're in Texas and you want to see a show, there we are. And let's see, I somehow just added a comment. I didn't mean to do that, but thank you, Lynn. I'm glad you're coming. All right, let's put this away. Get the old guitar out. All right. I said Highway 87, that's one dangerous place to be. When you're pissed off all the local boys and your back's against the scene. The cops all know your number, bars all know your name. After 6 straight months of drinking, boy, you're never gonna be the same. And I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't remember when. I may not know where I'm going, but I sure know where I've been. Well, that sheriff, he just watches every move I make. And one of these days he's gonna arrest me for all the time I take. And the local girls all act like I just ain't their kind, painting on their precious nails, losing their sweet minds. And I'd give half of Texas if I could find a friend. I may not know where I'm going, but I sure know where I've been. All that coast is disappearing. There's a line up on the beach. They're doing all them little things the Sunday school don't teach. And there's Jim Beam by the fire, cocaine in the stash, baseball bat on the floorboard, shotgun on the dash. And you might lose your mind or go walking around the bend. You may not know where you're going, but you sure know where you've been. Place to be. And when you're pissed off all the local boys and your back's against the scene. The cops all know your number, yeah, the bars all know your name. After 6 straight months of drinking, boy, you're never gonna be the same. And I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't remember when. I may not know where I'm going, but I sure know where I've been. That's true. Very true. That sounds weird, like say my own lyrics, so that's so true. But I mean, it kind of, yeah, whatever. I have no idea where I'm going. Not anywhere really for a while. I'm not going to be going anywhere. So I guess I have some idea. And I did just mention some shows that I'll be going to. So I have an idea on those days. I know where I'll be going. But, you know, just sort of like bigger sense. I don't know where life is going to take me. But that was a song called Highway 87 about a road that runs, turns out it runs all through the country, but I first became aware of it when I was living on Highway 87 on the Bolivar Peninsula, down there on the Gulf Coast of Texas. And the Bolivar Peninsula is about 20 miles long, about a half mile wide. Gulf on one side, bay on the other. And I moved down there with the idea of being a singer-songwriter. And yeah, I had no idea. I could not have imagined that it would lead me. That all these years later, I'd still be doing it, and then I'd be doing it like via a computer. When I lived down there, I didn't have a computer, didn't have a phone, didn't have friends, didn't have anything really. No, I got my first flip phone when I moved down there. What was the game? It was like Tetris. Yeah, I guess that's what it was. Not like Tetris, it was Tetris. I had that game on my phone. I spent way too much time doing that. All right, I'm rambling. Let's see what everybody's doing. The Duck, you're from the Woodlands? Yes, I am from the Woodlands. I grew up there. Maybe hard to believe, I understand. So is my pal Jack Ingram. What's that band? Arcade Fire, I think. Their lead singer's from the Woodlands. I may be getting that wrong. The wrong band name. Montreal. Kind of indie band. Yeah. All right. Getting existential there. Yeah, that's the new. Let's see. The Snake Game. That's what it was. Yes, that Snake Game. I can't remember how you play it now, but that. Yes. Tom Gormley. Oh my goodness. Tom, good to see you, my friend. Tom and I went to college together. Tom's brother Joe, I think I'm getting this right. Or maybe it's Joe's brother Tom. No, Tom was my class. Tom's brother Joe was the first guy to ever compliment me musically. And it was just this passing comment, but it made such a huge difference in my life. So I'm going to play a lot more music, but I just want to explain this real quick. My freshman year in college, I played No Woman, No Cry at a drag beauty pageant. Yeah. And afterwards, this guy Joe said something like, "You've got something," or that was cool. He said something complimentary, and it was such what the words I needed to hear at that moment. And I'm sure he doesn't remember it. It probably meant nothing to him. But to me, I was not at all secure about my ability to sing. It was one of my first times on stage ever. And I felt like Elvis, when he said that. It was incredible. It's those little things that keep you going. And I can think of a lot of those on my path that people have just done something kind, said something kind, a gesture, a compliment, that you never know how much that means to somebody on the receiving end of it. So, one last thing, I'll play some more music here, but this Sunday, my wife has a series called Sunday Selfie Series, where she profiles somebody and just asks them, they have to take a selfie, and then she asks them the same 5 questions, every person. And the first one is, what has humbled you the most? And I gave this, I was the person this week. It was like her 18th week to do it, and I was the person. And I answered the questions. And the first one, what has humbled you the most? I had this really long-winded answer about life and all this, the ups and downs and highs and lows and all of it. And there's some truth to that. But I was walking with her yesterday, and I was thinking, I had struggled to pin down the one thing. I said, I can't do one thing. It's all of life. But then it hit me that there is one thing, and that is kindness. It's people's kindness. There are people in this world who are generous when they don't have to be. They are kind, and they just make it a better place. and I've had, I think when those people, when I come across those people, that humbles me more than anything. It makes me realize, that makes me realize I'm not special. It just makes me realize that we're all in this together. I was talking with Wade Bowen the other day, and he said his dad told him that something like, you don't get a prize for doing the right thing. And that's true, you don't, but I do want to say thank you to people who do the right thing. So, all right, let's play some music. I saw you leaning on a memory with your back turned to the crowd in that little bar on Murphy where they play guitar too loud. There were people drinking whiskey and there were hearts about to leave. It was cold as hell for Houston. It was almost New Year's Eve. All the way from Beaumont with a white rose in my hand. I cannot wait forever, babe. I hope you'll understand. Oh, the night was feeling lucky, so I asked you to dance. And the way you looked up at me made me think I had a chance. And when I put my arms around you, I knew you weren't giving in. And I hope it will be different if I pass this way again. All the way from Beaumont with a white rose in my hand. I cannot wait forever, babe. I hope you'll understand. Well, I walked the road to get here with a guitar in a case. I'd have stopped in Pasadena if I'd have known about this place. But you looked like forever, where the water meets the shore. I've been thinking about you, baby. I can't do that anymore. I saw you leaning on a memory with your back turned to the crowd in that little bar on Murphy where they play guitar too loud. There were people drinking whiskey and there were hearts about to leave. It was cold as hell for Houston. It was almost New Year's Eve. All the way from Beaumont with a white rose in my hand. I cannot wait forever, babe. I hope you'll understand. Yeah, all the way from Beaumont with a white rose in my hand. I cannot wait forever, babe. I hope you'll understand. That goes out to all my pals down in Beaumont. Hope y'all are doing all right. Oh, let's see here. All right. Cheers to everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in. Okay. You know what? Speaking of people who did the right thing, I had a request, I believe from Chris Strom, one of my patrons on Patreon. He asked if I would do this John Prine song, and I said that I would, and I'm gonna try and do it here. I've only played it one time in my life, and it was with John Prine, and that's who I'm referring to as far as, well, Chris is doing the right thing for being a patron, but John Prine is one of my musical heroes, like 1,000 other songwriters. And I got to open for him one time in California. I can't remember the name of the city. But he was incredibly kind, and he said, would you like to come out and sing the song Paradise with me during the encore? I said, absolutely, I would love to. And I was very excited about it. But the venue we were playing at that night had a curfew, and John never got to do an encore. They ended the show before that was happening. And I was bummed. I mean, this was my chance to get to sing with John Prine. I was so excited about it. And he came up to me afterwards and said, what are you doing tomorrow? I said, well, I'm going to be at Hardly Strictly Bluegrass Festival, which is this amazing festival in Golden Gate Park in San Francisco. It's free. They have hundreds of thousands of people there, and it's this incredible lineup. It's a really amazing festival. And he said, well, I'm going to be there too. Why don't we do it then? And I said, okay, that would be amazing. And so instead of the 1,000 people that I was going to play in front of, it ended up being like 20,000 people. And, hey baby. Oh, cool. That's strange. My wife just walked in. Sorry, I'm tuning my guitar and telling a John Prine story. I was very nervous. I'm standing backstage, and it's like Robert Plant and Lyle Lovett, and this is High Cotton, and John did not tell me which verse I was going to be singing, and I knew the song well, but my nerves were kicking in. So I wrote down on Sharpie on my arm all the first line to all the verses, and then he called me up. And he handed me a guitar, and then his guitar wasn't working for some reason, and he asked me if I could kick it off, and so I did. Anyway, it went something like this. When I was a child, my family would travel down to western Kentucky, where my parents were born. There's a backwoods old town that's often remembered so many times that my memory is worn. Daddy, won't you take me back to Newburgh County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Peabody's coal train is hauled it away. Well, sometimes we travel right down the Green River, down the hill, where the air smelled like snakes that we shoot with our pistols, but empty pop bottles was all we would kill. Daddy, won't you take me back to Newburgh County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. Then the coal company came with the world's biggest shovel. They tortured the timber, and they stripped all the land. They dug for the coal till the land was forsaken, and they wrote it all down to the progress of man. Daddy, won't you take me back to Newburgh County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. When I die, let my ashes float down the Green River. Let my soul roll on up to the Rochester Dam. I'd be halfway to heaven with paradise waiting, 5 miles away from wherever I am. Daddy, won't you take me back to Newburgh County, down by the I'm sorry, my son, but it's too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train is hauled it away. Mr. Peabody's coal train is hauled it away. Apologies to Mr. Prine there. It's been a minute, but we got close. And then I want to show you I'll put a bow on this little segment here of John Prine stuff. I've got a photo of that. Let's see if I can. Of that. Ignore the two ones on the side. I mean, but the right here in the middle is when I got to play with John. So it's just I've had that's for sure in my top 3 or 4 career highlights. Really amazing moment for me. So, yeah. John Prine. God, what a loss. What a loss. But what a legacy. I don't know that anybody... It's hard when you track down your influences, like, you know, who meant what to you and where you get your ideas from. And I've had a lot of writers that I borrowed heavily from and was inspired by, for sure. But I don't know that any of them more so than John Prine. So, anyway. May have to have another drink for that. All right, how we doing, everybody? Y'all okay? Let's see. I put a record out last week, since last time I saw you. Or maybe I did right before I last saw you, last Tuesday. A record I made right here in this room. For the most part, when the pandemic hit, I decided to get busy doing something. So I took some mostly old songs and recorded them. And it's called Alone Together Sessions. Fortunate my wife Allison was up for singing on a couple with me, and I may ask her to recreate that with me here, because she just walked in, although I think she's making sure it all looks good in here. But you up for singing with me, maybe? Okay, let's see if I get that out of the way. You know what, I can start the song and give you a chance to come on in if I can find that harmonica. There it is. I was bad-mouthing this harmonica earlier. It played a bum note. This is a song written by my Canadian buddy Scott Nolan from Winnipeg, Manitoba. The coldest places on earth, but also in the springtime one of the best.
It's culturally diverse.
Baby. You want to sing with me?
Sure.
Why don't you come on over here? I think there's room. You can get on in here. Arkansas, my head hurts. Yeah, I'd love to stick around and maybe make it worse. But I've got a girl out in Henrietta, and her love is like tornado weather. And it's girls like her, they keep me trying. She goes off like an air raid siren. Come in clean, leave torn apart, with a bad liver and a broken heart. With a bad liver and a broken heart. Oklahoma sunset. If there's a nicer place, I haven't been there yet. I'm standing outside of the blue door. I'm too tired for sleep, too drunk for more. And it's nights like these that keep me trying. One always knows when a man is lying. It ain't me, I'm just playing a part with a bad liver and a broken heart. With a bad liver and a I'm gonna get old before I'm any good at this. Who's the president and what year is this? Why didn't anybody speak about truth anymore? Maybe that's what songs are for. You're the wind and I'm on fire. In this line of work, no one retires. Come in clean, leave torn apart. With a bad liver and a broken heart. 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 All right. Scott Nolan. That's a good one. All right. I don't know. Does it seem dark on there?
What is that?
That's Facebook. Mm-hmm. So I think that's, I don't know, the stuff on the socials is darker than that thing there.
No, I checked inside. It didn't look dark.
Right.
I think it's because you have that.
That deal up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Oh, okay, you're right. Right, you are.
Yeah.
All right, this is our first time with some new gear, so I'm a little paranoid that it's going to crap out on me. Okay, so that song was on the record, Alone Together Sessions. It came out Friday before last. And I'm going to do one more here that Allison also sang on. And I'll make a pitch too to buy it. We're just about out of vinyl. They're only making one batch of it, I think. And if you want a CD, I didn't get CDs because I didn't think anybody wanted them anymore. But I was wrong. A lot of people want CDs. So if you want a CD, you can get it on Amazon. You can order it and they'll make it for you right there. We'll do this here. This is an old Lefty Frizell, Whitey Schafer song called That's the Way Love Goes. I've been throwing horseshoes over my left shoulder. It seems I spent all my life searching for that four-leaf clover.
Yet you ran with me, chasing my rainbows and honey, I love you too. And that's the way love goes.
That's the way love goes, babe. That's the music God made for all the world to see. It's never old, it grows. Losing makes me sorry. You say, honey, don't worry. And honey, I love you too. And that's the way love goes.
Chasing my rainbows. And honey, I love you too. And that's the way love goes. That's the way love goes, babe. That's the music God made
For all the world to see.
It's never old, it grows. Losing makes me sorry.
You say, honey, don't worry. And honey, I love you too.
That's the way love goes.
And honey, I love you too.
And that's the way love goes. Sounding good.
Thank you.
Have fun.
All right, darling. Thanks for stopping in and fixing my lighting. All right. Okay. Well, that's one of the upsides to the pandemic for me is there are worse people to be stuck in a house with. So, all right, everybody, how y'all doing out there? Good, I hope. Yeah. Well, happy Tuesday to you. Here's to you. Thanks for tuning in. Let's see. Some of y'all know every week I send out a postcard to the folks who tip. On PayPal, your address just kind of comes with that automatically. And on Venmo, if you leave your address, I'll get you a postcard. And for the last 5 weeks, I think we've had a different postcard every week. I've got all these great photos from David McClister, who's a fantastic photographer. And I think last week was this one, me standing in a wheat field, just trying to look like, I don't know what I was doing out there with my guitar. But this week, the postcard will be this. I don't know if you can see that. It's just me leaning against a tree out in the New Mexico wilderness. So, if you want your own postcard, I'll sign it and tell you happy birthday or happy New Year or whatever. That's there. So, thank y'all for supporting us, keeping us going here. I appreciate it. But I'm excited about the shows. I only had one show in the last 5.5 months or something. I came home in mid-March from Seattle. We had to cancel a tour. I was doing the Anders Osborne. And we shut it down and came home, and I was kind of worried, like, what we were going to do. But we've been really fortunate. I'm very, very grateful. We've been able to kind of turn this into something with the help of everybody watching and listening and supporting. And I know a lot of folks have not been as fortunate. And so with that in mind, we've got something up here. We're selling T-shirts that they're Alone Together Tuesday T-shirts. All the money goes to Feed the Frontlines, which is an organization that gives money to restaurants and bars to keep their kitchen staff employed, and then they make meals and they deliver those to frontline workers, health workers, people in the COVID units, firefighters, policemen, first responders. So if you want to grab one of those, all the money will go to help those folks out. And it turns out I have a lot of the women's shirt. So if you're particularly if you're a woman and want your own shirt and want to support a great cause, please check that out. All right, let's do a Steve Fromholtz song. I'd have to be crazy to quit all my singing and never play music again. You call me a fool if I grabbed up a top hat and ran out to flag down the wind, and I'd have to be weird to grow me a beard just to see what the rednecks would do. And I'd have to be crazy, plumb out of my mind, to fall in love with you. I know I've done weird things. I told people I hear things when silence was all in bounds. There's been days when it pleased me to be on my knees following ants as they crawl across the ground. I've been insane on a train, but I'm still me again, and the place where I hold you is true. So I know I'm alright, 'cause I'd have to be crazy to fall out of love with you. Oh, and I don't intend to. But should there come a day when I say that I don't love you, you can lock me away. I'd have to be dingy to live in an envelope, just waiting all alone for the stamp. You swear I was loco, rub for a genie while burning my hand on the lamp. And I may not be normal, but nobody is. So I'd like to say before I'm through that I know I'm alright, 'cause I'd have to be crazy to fall out of love with you. Yeah, I know I'm alright, 'cause I'd have to be crazy to fall out of love with you. Steve Fromholtz. What a great song. Great songwriter. Yeah. All right. Well, let's see. Let's see. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for the compliments. I appreciate it. This is so much fun for me. You know, I don't miss when I first started in this this path of I'm going to be a singer-songwriter. A big part of the allure for me was the travel. Getting to go from town to town and meet all the new people and the adventure and the excitement of it. So much so that in those early years, when I was sleeping in the car or on the street or the, whatever, just crap hotel room with a bunch of other guys I could get into, or, wherever I could go, I didn't mind at all. I loved it. I was so happy just to be out living this dream. After 20 some odd years of doing that, I'm not quite sure I feel the same about that part of it. I don't love to travel as much, and I don't miss it. That's since this pandemic has hit. It's been actually nice to be at home for the first time in my adult life. But I miss the music, and I miss the interaction with the crowd, and playing for people. So this is as close as I get, and it feels really good to me. So I just wanted to say that because it, yeah, again, I say it all the time, but it's a lifesaver for me. Let's see. I had a few ideas of songs I was gonna do. Let's try this one. Well, when I'm lying in my bed at night, I don't wanna grow up. Yeah, nothing ever seems to turn out right, and I don't wanna grow up. How do you move in a world of fog that's always changing things? It makes me wish that I could be a dog. Well, when I see the price you pay, I don't wanna grow up. Nah, I don't ever wanna be that way, and I don't wanna grow up. Seem like folks turn into things that they never want. The only thing to live for is today. I'm gonna put a hole in my TV set, and I don't wanna grow up. Yeah, gonna open up the medicine chest, and I don't wanna grow up. I don't wanna have to shout it out. I don't want my hair to fall out. I don't wanna be filled with doubt. I don't wanna be a good Boy Scout. I don't wanna have to learn to count. I don't wanna have the biggest amount. I don't wanna grow up. Fight, I don't wanna grow up. Yeah, they all go out drinking all night, and I don't wanna grow up. I'd rather stay here in my room, nothing out there but sad and gloom. I don't wanna live in a big old tomb on Grand Street. When I see the 5 o'clock news, I don't wanna grow up. Yeah, they comb their hair and they shine their shoes, and I don't wanna grow up. I'd rather stick around the old hometown. I don't wanna put no money down. I don't wanna give me a big old loan, work them fingers to the bone. I don't wanna learn to float a broom, fall in love, get married and boom. How the hell I get here so soon? I don't wanna grow up. The great Tom Waits. I don't want to grow up. Yeah. It's funny how it works. I was just talking to my dad this morning about a refinance. And just like, when did this happen? When did I become an adult? Some days I think I'm not there all the way, but some days I go, yeah, I'm pretty much an adult at this point. Well, there's a girl downtown with freckles on her nose, pencils in her pockets, and ketchup on her clothes. She's a real nice girl. She's pretty as a plate, and the boys call her Katie when they ask her on a date. And who knows, Katie, maybe you could be the one. there's a boy outside, standing in the rain. Hands are in his pockets, he's wondering why he came. He's a real nice boy, he's slower than the fall, and the girls call him Billy, if they're calling him at all. And who knows, Billy, maybe you could be the one. Ah, but hearts don't fly, words they don't sing, and boys like you can't buy no ring. Love's not stuck, it just moves slow. You turn around a minute and away we go. Now Billy walked inside, he ordered up a drink. He started getting nervous and wondered what she'd think. She thought he looked nice, a little rough around the seams. Oh, just the kind of boy who could listen to her dreams. And who knows, Katie, maybe he could be the one. Yeah. Well, they stepped outside, they took a little walk. Katie held his hand, and Billy even talked. They sat by the pond, and they didn't make a sound. The night fell easy as the moon came down. And who knows, baby, maybe we could be the one. Ah, but hearts don't fly, words they don't sing, and boys like you can't buy no ring. Love's not stuck, it just moves slow. You turn around a minute and away we go. Oh, there's a girl downtown with freckles on her nose, pencils in her pockets, and the ketchup on her clothes. She's a real nice girl, she's pretty as a plate, and the boys call her Katie when they ask her on a date. And who knows, Katie, maybe you could be the one. Yeah, who knows, Katie, maybe you could be the one. Ah, who knows, baby, maybe we could be the one. All right. Let's see here. Yeah. Anybody have any questions or anything if they got anything you want to ask or interested in? I would love to answer them. I don't get to converse a whole lot with anybody other than my wife, so please fire away if you got something you want to know. I might see if I can answer it. Let's see here. Love to hear Richie Lee. Okay, I might try that. What is your story? Where are you from? Well, I was born in Houston, Texas. Grew up in a suburb called the Woodlands, Texas, just north of there. When I moved there in 1977, there were 1,200 people, and now I think there's like 120,000. So it was just a pine forest, and it's kind of a cool place to grow up, and a good place to leave. So I've still got some good friends there, yeah, that's where I'm from. Tell us a story about living in Crystal Beach. All right, Crystal Beach, Texas. So after I left the Woodlands, I went to college in Conway, Arkansas. And then when I got out of there, I went and detasseled corn in Iowa, and then I moved down to Crystal Beach, Texas to try and be a singer. And yeah, I was the only guy who could play guitar and sing at the same time on the whole peninsula. So which was fortunate for me because I started getting work at a bunch of different places. And Crystal Beach, I don't know, it was just the kind of place, a lot of people used aliases. They didn't use their real names. And I remember I used to when I'd go to the bar just trying to meet people. I didn't know anybody, and I would just hang out. And when I would tell people I just moved there, inevitably the question would get to who you running from. I was like, I'm not running from anybody. I just want to come live here. And they're like, who you running from? That's, let's see. What's your favorite color? Blue. What are you drinking? This is Bullet bourbon that somebody gave me. How long have you and Allison been married? A year and 6 months. 4 months. June, July. Yeah, year and 4 months. I don't feel bad not getting that exactly right, because the other day somebody asked our anniversary and she got that wrong. So I've got a few free passes. How are you adjusting to living in Nashville? I quite like it here in Nashville, Tennessee. I lived in Texas most of my life. Austin for about 15 years. New York for a couple years. But I like Nashville. Got a lot of friends here, and just, amazing music scene, obviously. And so it's cool to have so many writers and pickers and producers around. Let's see, we'll do a couple more and then we'll get back to playing music. Are you ever going to do I Don't Want to Grow Up with Tom Waits? Have you ever gotten to do it with Tom Waits? No, I've never actually gotten to meet Tom Waits. Please tell us something about working with Carrie Ann Hurst. Yeah, Carrie Ann Hurst of Shovels and Rope fame. I met Carrie Ann at a show in South Carolina, I think Charleston maybe, Greenville, I don't remember. But it was like a house concert almost, and she was opening for me, and I remember I didn't want to go on stage after I heard her sing. Her voice was so incredible. And I went and did my set, and after I got off, she had left. She had somewhere to be, but she left me this really sweet note. And I started watching her on YouTube and just kind of hearing her stuff, and she had this song called Dresden Snow. There was just some little video on YouTube of her at a club called The Basement in Nashville, Tennessee, singing Dresden Snow, and it's one of those songs. Some people have those voices that they get you, they get inside you, and you just, the hair on your arm stands up, and you just get chills, and you feel it. I was listening to Jason Isbell today. He does that to me. Carrie Ann Hurst does that to me. Her husband, Michael Trent, does that. They've just got those voices that just get inside you and can emote so many emotions and feelings. Anyway, I was writing this song called Another Like You, which was going to be a duet, and I needed a female partner to riff off of and sing with, and I thought of Carrie Ann, and so I asked if she would come sing it with me, and she did. She came down to Nashville from probably South Carolina, I think is where she was, and sang this song with me, and she was amazing. We didn't really know each other at all, and she did such an amazing job. And then I was going to tour the K-Mag Yo-Yo record, and I asked her if she would go out and open the shows, and she said yes. And I didn't realize she was I don't know if they were married or were about to get married, but her now husband Michael Trent, they had a band called Shovels and Rope, and they had toured with Jason, they toured with Justin Earl, Towns Earl, they had ended up touring with me, a whole lot of people, and they were everybody's favorite support group because they were so damn good. And then they just blew up after about a year. They did about a year with me, and then they just kept playing, and finally people caught on to how amazing they were. And so last time they came to town, I opened for them at the Ryman. But two sweeter people you will not meet. And yeah. I'll try and do this song here. This is probably going to end terribly, but this is a duet with Carrie Ann Hurst, except mine is Carrie Ann Hurst. Let's see. I'm already regretting this. You were smoking on a cigarette, talking about the deficit, putting all them wild boys down. Like a drunken Mona Lisa or the leaning Tower of Pisa, you were hanging off the edge of town. Well, I overheard Afghanistan is safer than a minivan, left me wondering what I should do. You're like a four-leaf clover, I just had to come on over. I have never seen a woman like you. You were falling like the Alamo, drinking fast and talking slow, looking like it's time to go home. Or were you hitting on that stripper cause you can't afford to tip her, or just afraid of being alone? You was openly frustrated, you said Dylan's overrated by singing Tangled Up in Blue. I don't know what I was thinking, I could feel my heart is sinking. I've never seen a fella like you. Ain't that the way we do? It's true, we fall for the first one. Oh, how come it always ends up the worst one? Well, you're probably a Democrat, but what the hell is wrong with that? Nothing, if you're Taliban. Oh, I see. Well, I bet you slept with half the South. Oh, don't you ever shut your mouth. Girl, how much did you pay for that tan? Oh, now shouldn't you be purging? Well, you're probably still a virgin. I can't believe you're not on The View. Oh, let's get another round. It's looking like we're trouble bound. I have never seen another like you. Ain't that the way we do? It's true, you take the breath from me. It seems like you are bound to be the death of me. Oh well, a couple hours later we were in the elevator. I'm making out like Bonnie and Clyde. We were dizzy from the love we found, throwing up and going down. Lord, it's been a hell of a ride. I'm having trouble breathing, I probably should be leaving. You know I'm up in room 402. Oh well, I gotta hand it to you, there's a chance I'm gonna screw you. I've never seen another like you. I don't know if it's forever, but I'm so glad that we are alone together. I have never seen another like you. All right, well, I hadn't done that in a while, especially not by myself, but all right. Okay, well, I hope everybody's doing well. Thank you for tuning in on this Alone Together Tuesday. I hope the signal's coming in all right and it looks okay. Like I said, I got some new gear. My friend Joe Pug helped me out. Y'all make sure and check out his shows on Sundays, I believe, Sunday afternoons. He's also got a great podcast where he interviews songwriters about the process of songwriting, and it's a great listen. And yeah, all right. Well, we'll keep at it. We'll do a couple more, and then we'll wrap it up here. But don't forget, we got this postcard here. I'm wearing denim in the postcard. I mix it up a little bit. Denim and denim. So if you contribute to the tip jar on PayPal, you get one of those, or if you do it on Venmo, just make sure you leave your address if you would like a postcard, and we'll be sure to send that to you. We got the new record out, and we've got what else? There's t-shirts for Feed the Frontlines. Check out Save Our Stages if you can. It's a website that can give you info on helping keep the venues afloat. I'm really worried about all the music venues out there. I know everybody's going through hard times in one way or another, and some people really hard times financially, but I think music venues are going to be the last businesses to open, I'm afraid, or at least a lot of them that can't go outside. So, and if they disappear, then there's nowhere for a lot of us to play, and a lot of us disappear too. So let's keep those music venues going in whatever way we can. So cheers, everybody. Thank y'all for being here. All right. Let's see. I'll drive and drive. Don't you ever sleep. Calling out the exit signs like promises to keep. Yeah, promises to keep. A shooting star racing through the night. Long as you keep moving, you won't ever die. Oh, you won't ever die. Further on and down the road, burning up your life. Always someplace else to go. Just drive, drive, drive. Round and round that Colorado town. Like a Mustang in the mountains, you're too wild to settle down. Sing your songs, throw your hammer in the air, burning both ends of that candle and pretend that you don't care. Yeah, pretend that you don't care. Further on and down the road, burning up your life. Always someplace else to go. Just drive, drive, drive. I'll drive and drive, don't you ever sleep. Calling out the exit signs with promises to keep. Promises to keep. All right. That's one I did with Jim Lauderdale. Great Jim Lauderdale. All right, let's see. Okay. All right, thanks, y'all. Shawn Camp song, and Chris Stapleton just cut it, so he's about to own it, and I won't be able to play it anymore after that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it in one more time before he has a big hit with it. Give me just one more puff of that worry be gone. I plan on feeling much better before too long. I got a world of troubles I'm trying to forget. I'm on my way, but I ain't there yet. Give me just one more puff of that worry be gone. Everywhere I look, the trouble is all I see. Can't listen to the radio and I hate TV. There's trouble with the air, trouble with the water. People ain't treating one another like they oughta. Give me just one more puff of that worry be gone. I don't wanna hear no preachers preaching, or no more politicians bitching. All these songs about love gone wrong make me wonder where my baby's gone. I can't suffer fools wasting my time. Don't give me no advice that rhymes. Give me just one more puff of that worry be gone. Just give me a hit. I've been smoking all day and I can't get lit. Don't give me no guff, just give me a puff. You know how I love that stuff. Give me just one more puff of that worry be gone. Give me just one more puff of that worry be gone. Give me just one more puff of that worry be gone. Yes, sir. All right. Yep. I think we got 2 more left in us. And then we're going to call it a night. Until next Tuesday. Yeah, all right, let's see. Well, I'm wild as a turkey, higher than a Christmas moon, empty as my wallet on a Sunday afternoon. Yeah, I come around too fast, and I always leave too soon. Ain't that what they all say? I come down from Memphis with a broken down Corvette, a suitcase full of memories and a face you won't forget. Yeah, you say you'll never love me, but tonight ain't over yet. Oh, I'm gonna change your mind. Oh, now girl, I've been a gambler since the age of 21. I have seen my share of trouble and the wrong end of a gun. And this whole world's out to get me just 'cause I have my fun. Yeah, but they ain't gonna slow me anyway. Right ain't right, babe, and left ain't always wrong. I bet you're tired of dancing to that same old song. You look like an angel in a place you don't belong, and I'm gonna take you away. Just 'cause this place is closing, that don't mean it's time for bed. Oh no, we don't need no sleep, girl. We can get plenty of that when we are dead. You just leave these fools behind you now and come on with me instead. I'm gonna show you a time. I'm wild as a turkey, I'm higher than a Christmas moon, empty as my wallet on a Sunday afternoon. I come around too fast and I always leave too soon. Ain't that what they all say? Yeah, ain't that what they all say? All right. Okay. Well, thanks again, everybody, for being here. It means a lot to me. I hope we can keep it going. Or we can, as long as you show up. I really appreciate it. Very, very much. So, thank you for your kindness. It is truly humbling, and I'm really grateful. And I know, on top of the pandemic, there's a whole lot going on in the world right now. The West Coast is just getting ravaged. I can't even imagine. I've been through some natural disasters down on the coast. We lost our home to Ike, Hurricane Ike. But and I know that they're getting bombarded with hurricanes right now. And then, but out west, I can't even imagine that, being surrounded by fire. I guess it's all tragic, but it's hard to fathom how much loss is happening there. And then with COVID and all the things, there's so much. There's so many hard things going on right now. And I wish we as a country could take that as an opportunity to come together and show our best selves rather than running each other down and freaking each other out. That we could show a little grace about for our neighbors. Because at the end of the day, I don't think we're all that different. And I hope that we can come together. Because if we don't, I'm worried for us. But anyway, I wish you all peace and love, and I'm trying to send out good energy to everybody. So thank you for being here, for being part of this, and I hope y'all have a great week and make it through okay, and we can reconvene again next week. Let's see, we'll do one last song and get out of here. I haven't really figured out what it is going to be, but whatever it is needs to be in tune, so I'm gonna do, I'm gonna look up the lyrics real quick. I think I might have played this last week or the week before, but it is a song that just feels appropriate to me at the moment. All right, let's see here. I looked down that winding road. I needed rest and a place to go. I'm so tired of this running round, flying high and falling down. I'm gonna leave these blues behind for some other fool to find. He don't care and I won't mind. I can't lose not mine, so turn loose all the horses and watch them run. And take time to take in the setting sun. Throw back a keeper just to watch him swim. But forgive your enemies and love your friends. When life goes wrong, it feels like too much pain. Surely broken hearts are gonna love again. Who cares if your heart's a little torn around the seams? Just think about your favorite pair of faded blue jeans. On and on about things gone wrong. Every day feels like the same old song. Poor tortured souls trying to pay their dues. And life's no fun when dreams don't come true. So turn loose all the horses and watch them run. And take time to take in the setting sun. Or throw back a keeper just to watch them swim. Or forgive your enemies and love your friends. Or turn loose all the horses and watch them run. Take time to take in the setting sun. Throw back a keeper just to watch him swim. Forgive your enemies and love your friends. thank you, everybody. Have a great night and a great week, and we'll see you next Tuesday, I hope. Take care.